Meow, 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 meow. Everybody, I'm Cantonese Cat. Hey, everybody, Cantonese Cat here. I'm going to go for a real quick video about Bitcoin, MicroStrategy, and Coinbase. The whole idea is I don't think Bitcoin has topped yet. And I came up with a post from, just a few days ago talking about the top 10 reasons to why I don't think it's topped yet. The market structure is just way too strong. I'm going to put some of the indicators here to kind of show you also why I'm not thing that is top quite just yet. One of which is basically if you just look at a Bollinger Band, it hasn't even extended all the way down yet. Basically for all the previous Bitcoin bull cycle, you really have the Bollinger Band on the monthly here extend all the way down to negatives, right? That hasn't really happened yet. We really haven't had that impulsive move up, even though it might seem impulsive for you to go from price and from 25K all the way up to 70 some K. Like you think that this is an impulsive move, but for Bitcoin, this is really not that big of a deal. It keeps on doing that for breakfast. So I still think that we haven't really had that big move up quite just yet. The Bollinger Band on the monthly still hasn't really fully expanded. So I think we're probably still maybe around midway for the cycle. And right now it's actually quite healthy because we haven't really had more than two monthly candles that close above the upper Bollinger Band. This is actually a very, very healthy sign that it wants to kind of take its time to climb up, higher, higher, higher. Right now, so far, the month of May, we're back above the upper Bollinger Band, and again, in the bull market, that's what it does. The upper Bollinger Band serves as a magnet to pull price higher. As price go up higher, the upper Bollinger Band is also going to get expanded because of that, right? So far it looks like it's kind of getting back above the upper Bollinger Band here. Now, I'm glad that we don't have more than really two candles or three candles closing above the upper Bollinger Band, because if it does, I really worry about trend exhaustion. For example, the last cycle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, this is a trend exhaustion right here. Bulls have already expended all their energy throughout this whole move right here for about half a year, right? Before that, the cycle before that, you have these, couple of candles close outside up a Bollinger Band, and they went back down, right? This is a relatively healthy bull trend over here, right? Until it's not, until it starts going way outside up a Bollinger Band, it just keeps closing about the upper Bollinger Band for months and months at a time, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 9 candles is just way outside up a Bollinger Band with a very, very much of an exhaustive top right here with a big giant wick above, right? So all of this is transfer for exhaustion. We're not really experiencing that quite just yet. I mean, that's just one of 10 reasons. I watched my other video to kind of get an idea in terms of what I'm trying to say. And you also can look at the Ichimoku Cloud. All it's doing right now is because price just got way too far, way too fast in March of 2024, way above the tank in here. So when you do that, you have one or two things to happen. One is price could go down. The other one is price just goes sideways. Right now, Bitcoin, because of how strong it just decides to go sideways. So perhaps, in the next month or two, tank going to end up pulling up, and we're going to end up having some support to kind of push price up higher, right? So that's kind of what I'm seeing here with Bitcoin. If you ask me whether or not Bitcoin is going to keep on flagging and maybe even go down further again, make another lick down to 52K, 48K. I think the great Maspy, when I interviewed with him, he said it perfectly. This is a very, very bullish structure. So he doesn't really anticipate this to happen. I'm going to show you the weekly chart here in terms of tell you why I don't think it's necessarily going to break down any further. So first of all, just looking at the candle formation, how many bullish hammers do you need? This is a lot of very, very strong demand. It's basically just testing demand below, right? And it's looking like it's found some really good demand zone right underneath 60K. So you're gonna have a really hard time trying to break price underneath 60K, and because you've tested it for so long for 2 months straight. It price end up just saying, okay, that's enough. End up buying, having some buying pressure coming up, and price just on low volume too, just end up two big green candles over here. Now we're getting really kind of close to the top of the range here again, right? Um, the whole time when it's just kind of consolidating sideways here, this is a non-committal move. This is a cool down move from this big, uptrend over here. And you can tell that because of volume. This is really something that is completely expected, and this is a very, very nice bullish candle, followed by a couple of really bullish candles before that. Very, very strong market structure. So it makes it less likely for it to kind of bounce down, right? The second thing is you look at the bull market support band. You found very good grounding over here on this very bullish candle. Touch the bull market support band that's uptrending. This is probably going to end up serving continuous support. So even if price goes down, you're going to still find support over here at the bull market support band, which is going to get up to like the low 60K coming up, relatively soon, right? So I'm not sure whether or not it's going to end up dropping down, but if it does, you're going to end up having some pretty decent support. I do think that's anywhere between 70 to 72K up here is still going to be, pretty important resistance zone, just because, it's getting close to a previous all-time high, and there are a lot of people that are still trying to figure things out, whether or not they want to keep going, take on a ride, whether or not they think it's the top, and also just technically speaking, you have to cool down from this big giant move. So is there any potential for it to kind of go down like that further? Kind of like another move that make down here after it went up like this, back tested the bull support band, bounced up. Is it going to end up dropping underneath the band for like a couple months before going up further? Maybe around 57, 58K before going up further. There's always that possibility, although that's not my primary case. I think that right now, at this particular point of the bull market, most likely you're going to end up having some pretty decent bullish continuation. Look at how positive sloping the bull market support band is over here. Look at how like flat it looks over here. This is a very, very nice bounce, and it's probably just going to end up pushing price a lot higher. Like this is a very, very bullish market structure. Now, with that said about Bitcoin, let's look at the couple of crypto-related stocks here. One is MicroStrategy. What it is doing, very similar. I'm going to put up the bull support, not bull support. I'm going to put a Bollinger Band here, right? Closing above the upper Bollinger Band only 2 months in a row, right? Got way too far expanded for the month of March. Completely understandable for it to go sideways here for a couple of months before bullish continuation, right? So this candle over here had really cooled down the whole bull trend. I like that candle, actually. This candle is very, very nice, because that really cools things down, that allows us to go up a lot further, right? Look at the last cycle, what happened. You have these crazy candles, and you got really completely exhausted over here. Like this looks like completely exhausted, kind of like a shooting star, inverted hammer top kind of candle over here. You're not really getting that over here. You're just kind of basically cooling down sideways over here. And the Bollinger Band is still, expanding. The 20 moving average is still pointing very, very nicely, pointing up, although you start to see a little bit of exhaustion over here, right? You're not really seeing that over here. And just look at the volume, like this this crazy volume over here. So I still think that looking at MicroStrategy, and also looking at the fact that MicroStrategy is a proxy, it's a leverage play for Bitcoin, I think that you're most likely going to have some bullish continuation. Another thing that's also very nice on MicroStrategy, that also tells me most likely, I think Bitcoin has also bottomed locally, is that MicroStrategy, unlike Bitcoin is still like pretty far away from the Tenkan Kijun here on the monthly. MicroStrategy just back tested these lines over here perfectly. On a bull market, you're supposed to back test these lines on the way up. It's just doing that. It's like part of normal bull market behavior. Like how it back tested the Tenkan Kijun over here, how it back tested the Tenkan, how you had a bullish cross. The bullish cross just happened about 5-6 months ago. When you have a bullish cross, sometimes you can have a much longer bull cycle that can last for like 12 to 18 months, maybe even potentially longer, right? So monthly bullish cross happened here, consolidation, back test, Tenkan Kijun, completely normal bull market behavior. Not really worried about it. Is it going to go back down to back test the top of the cloud here in the 700s? Eventually, maybe like a year or two later, but I just don't, or maybe 3 years later, but I just don't see it doing that right now. This is a very, very strong bull trend, higher highs, higher lows, and right now I'm not really seeing any major concerns. The things that actually don't really look that crazy overextended for me. I think we've had, enough cooldowns over here. I'm also going to go down to Coinbase here real quick. I'm not going to go through too much in detail. I just want to make a quick video update to kind of tell you there's going to be a potential where I may not be able to make these videos as often anymore over the next week or so. I really have taken advantage of the time that I have to make as much content as I can, collaborate with a lot of people. And I'm just going to make these quick videos, just kind of share my thoughts here real quick. Coinbase, again, very healthy bull trend, right? Not overextended anymore. This does not look exhausted at all, right? Price went sideways on declining volume. this is all a very, very good sign to push for bullish continuation. You're getting stuck around here because of the volume shelf, because of a range, because of prior history here, because of supply back in 2021 around here for like 8 months or 9 months or so, right? So you have to work out some stuff here. Do I think you're going to end up going sideways over here for 8 or 9 months before pushing up further? No, I think most likely it's going to end up pushing perhaps in the next month or two. You're going to end up potentially push about this range over here because this still looks like a very, very nice bull trend. So I'm not really that worried about it. If you look at the Ichimoku cloud again, all this doing right now, price got way too far extended away from the Tenkan Kijun. The bullish cross just happened about 3-4 months ago. So I think this is still, kind of like a beginning mid around like maybe like third or fourth inning of this bull market potentially. For Coinbase to go up a lot higher, altcoins still hasn't really started their runs yet. I mean, I think there's going to be a runway for altcoins to really come. Ethereum just had a decent bullish breakup, but honestly, it's not even at its all-time high yet, right? So same thing, Coinbase is on its all-time high. All-time high is the IPO candle over here around the 400s. It's just basically consolidating sideways, getting ready to push up higher. That's what it looks like to me. So not really that concerned. Volume is also very supportive that this is just a bull flag. Try and get closer to the 10 and maybe wait for another month or two for 10 to really push up higher. So price can go higher. That's pretty much all I'm seeing. Like you don't really anticipate price to go up all the way from like $70, $80 all the way up to like 280 and not having any kind of cool down just within a period of like a few months. This is completely expected behavior. I think bullish continuation is the expectation here. We'll see what happens though. Thank you so much for listening to my quick thoughts on these names. Have a good one. Bye.